I'm so done with, done with. I'm so done with, done with. Oh, I'm so done with, done with. I got tons of soul. I got tons of soul.
Hello? Okay.
Congrats at Polka Dot, you got the first.
Hey, Polka Dog, welcome in. How you doing, man? I know I don't normally stream on Saturdays, but my sleep schedule's a little fucked right now, so I'm not tired yet. So I thought I want to play some more Sea Skylines. I'm going to do that. Might as well stream a little bit, but I'm not going to do it on TikTok.
Break time. Refill your drink. Stretch those leggies. The stream will resume momentarily. Take your pills.
You know, I actually forgot that my ad roll automatically mutes my mic, so I was talking there for a hot minute. But yeah, essentially my sleep schedule's fucked because I had to get up at around 5 a.m. to drop Sari off at the airport. Which I promptly did, got back, and took a nap for 5 hours-ish. Once I saw that they got on the flight and they're on their first leg to their hometown. Just making sure, like, if they needed me to come back and pick them up, like, that's not a problem. But I didn't want to be asleep while that happened, obviously, right? And so I did the sleeping thing, and now I woke up like 3 p.m.-ish, 4 p.m.-ish, and was super tired. So I pounded some caffeine, as you do. And now I'm like, well, I probably shouldn't have done that. But it was a chill out with some city skylines tonight. Have a grand old time. Let me get that attached. Usually in bed by 9, out by 5:30. Yeah, you're an early riser, and I admire that. I am not. I'm very much a night owl. Like last night I was up till 1 or 2, so I was only on 3 hours of sleep at best. But you know, they had a flight and that was the best time for the ticket price, and both Sari and I are very paranoid about COVID in general, and holiday travel is like a really bad time for that. So luckily, like, the airport was basically dead this morning, and as best a scenario as can be, and they double masked, and we both recently boosted, so we took every precaution that I think is humanly possible. But you know, that was part of the deal, is that they wanted to see their family at least for one of the holidays a year, which is fair. You know, I get that. going to your mom's house next week. One of her friends offered to let me use their miles. I was like, thanks, but I'd rather drive the 15 hours. 15-hour drive is actually not that bad, in my opinion. Yeah, like that's super doable. And yeah, like if it was a further trip, maybe the miles would make more sense potentially. I don't know. I'm a weird judge of like, you probably could do it in one shot. It'll be rough. If you get up early and do it, and you'll get home, you know, at your destination by the evening, and you'll be in need of a shower and tired and all that. But it's definitely doable. Yeah. I think my top mark still, when I was driving from Florida back to California, I went from Orlando to Houston in one shot. And that was like 30 hours, I think, or maybe a little bit less. It was definitely more than 24. But I had a passenger who would stop a lot. But it was like hurricane season. I didn't want to stop anywhere in the south. Because it could have hit like Louisiana, Alabama, and things like that. Yeah, it's good to see you, Polka Dog. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope you don't mind a surprise extra bonus stream. I know I've had to skip a few in the past, so this hopefully makes up for that. Did Palm Springs to Orlando once, 36 total, I think all on the 10. Yep, it's pretty much the whole 10, except when you get to Florida itself, around Tallahassee, you have to fork south. It's a different highway, I don't remember it. But everything else, yeah, is just the 10. I really wasn't like going super fast, yeah. 95, that rings a bell. It's been a long time, so I don't remember the exact roads. I've not been to that state in ages, and I hopefully will never return to it. Yeah, let's get into some city skylines. I love this game. I'm having a blast with it. As I've said before, there's some rough edges. There's things that could be better, but I think the core of it here is super good. Yeah, I have energy, and it's either I jump on stream and play games, or I watch a stream and play games, or I watch a stream and read stuff. And one of the options sounded more attractive, more appealing. Well, the details are still loading in, huh? There we go. Okay, what were we doing? So we got the rails mostly working, right? Yeah, they're all smoothly running for the most part. Oh, there's an abandoned building here. Office and industry is always in demand. We need more residents. They're built. So I have to think about our next like residential cluster. Like these are pretty much on their maximum right now, and I don't really want to stretch them further. We can buy 18 tiles. Let me double check our production, because that's one thing being mindful of, is like part of your cost is the cost of importing goods that you don't have fraction line. And we're running a deficit of chickens and carrots, mostly chickens. Not a huge amount of wheat either. We're a little low on that, but mostly chickens we use more of right now. But I don't think we have any areas we can exploit. Yep, that. We have that over there. Thinking. This is the rail line or the highway? It's the highway, okay. So I'm thinking running a bridge over here and start building that up, and we just ship that out there. We'll connect like the utilities and whatnot maybe, but in general, just having like more farmland there, I think would be good. But we do need to go into stone and coal and ore. And we can, yeah, we can grow into that. That's, I think, advantageous wind-wise, right? Yeah. Over here is really good for more industry. Yeah, this is good. Do. Oh, it's one too many permits. There we go. How's my money? Doing okay. Money's doing okay. All right. Intersections. Can we fit this in here? Yes, phone? I have a new email. What is the email? Sorry, that was an email. Brandfluence, which is the new name for Soft Giving, reached out to me saying that if you want to do a charity stream, which I do want to do. I just want to make sure, since Soft Giving had some campaigns that were a little, what would be the way to put this? Not as transparent as I ideally would have been, or no, that's too negative. The split of how much it went to like how the money was allocated and given to the charity wasn't clear to some of the donators in some campaigns, and I want to make sure to avoid that. So obviously, like, if I were to run a campaign, I want my viewers' money to go to the charity first and foremost, primarily. So I don't want to do anything that would jeopardize that, of course. Alright, now we have underground power there. So yeah, I'm just doing my due diligence of charity research. The charity in question is the Trans Empowerment Project, which is a very good charity. They help LGBTQ youth of color and disability get like more affirming clothing and stuff like that. So that it's a very good charity. That I'm not super concerned with. I want to make sure the money gets to the charity. So being extra paranoid, make sure everything's, you know, due diligence, up and up, all the stuff that things should be, in my opinion. And maybe I'm being overly paranoid. I just, again, don't want to, I don't know, take anything for granted. Is everyone on this platform I at least run into and became acquaintances with, I find very valuable. Okay. So now we have a road to get in and out of here that handles high traffic. Like, this is super good. How many lanes is that? 6. This supports 8. we go. And we'll do highways to here. There we go. And continue onward. Is this bridge too far? Okay, that's fine. Elevation too low. Too short to that bridge. I can do a better job at this. Debatable. There we go. And we lower that down. Actually, raise it up to connect with you here. Okay. Do that. Okay. All right. I really want to be able to like put like a small intersection in there if we want to develop this way a bit, but now we have that. And start figuring out where we want to exploit our resources. So we have farmland up there. Double check our production. Yep. Chicken's really bad. We need to do more chickens. More chimpkins. And that was a save. Cool. Can we... There we go. That's much better. Oh, there's oil there too. Okay. Yeah, so that's a good thing we went over here. Let's see. Do right in the middle. Like that. A little bit here. Connect that up, maybe? Yeah. And we can put a couple farms on that. Then we'll need some larger roads to service that. Oh. 6-lane road first. I turn this off for a moment because it's blinding. Yeah. Oh, whoops. Get this down on the ground. And we'll have like a main road to go down the middle, and we'll branch off that. There we are. Let's get some side roads. Oh. Wanted some curviness, some like that. There we are. And we can do another route down here off this intersection.
What kind of future does music have if it doesn't look to its past? Well, I say the question speaks for itself. Here on Second Moon, we know you can't move forward unless you keep both eyes steadily trained on what's behind.
There's some power to go into this grid.
Our story this hour. Kim is on scene outside an abandoned building.
That's right, Jim.
Abandoned
This
building.
decaying shell is a symbol of the
Okay,
industrial
power's
decline
sorted.
sweeping the city.
Water.
People are being laid off. The industrial sector is on the verge of collapse, and worryingly, crime is on the rise.
Hey.
Always got to watch out for crime, not to mention collapsing buildings. We'll have more. after
I
this.
don't want to do this
Interesting news from the city's export
for
division.
risk
Sources
of
tell us that our city has
ground
more
pollution.
services than we know what to do with.
same
And
thing
you know
with
what that
this
means,
though.
folks. It means we're not cutting things close enough.
How's
Well,
our water?
No, the point is we're selling it and bringing money into local
That's right.
economy.
You could almost say it's too much of a good thing.
Or we could say that we're enjoying a
You know, let's
positive
just-
trade balance and the economy is booming.
We do that?
More after this.
You're all connected. All right, cool. No point. There's no downside, I think, to sharing the main grid like that, so it's probably fine. And we get more water extraction up here if we need to. This is further away from the pollution. That's my concern is poisoning the water supply, which I figure is not a bad thing to be concerned about. Oh, traffic is bad. Why is traffic bad? Why? Why? Yo, everyone's making a left turn. Why? Is it because of these offices? We can do some high density commercial. There was a crime there. Okay. Let's get back to our chimpkins. So we have water, we have power. Garbage will be a thing. That's a landfill. Oh, gosh darn it. There we go. Now that's done. Let's see. Chimpkins. Degrees. Go to post up there. And you're happy? Yeah, you're good. That's more livestock. Some of it's underwater. That's fine. You know, chickens need a bathe too. We'll get another carrot farm in here. Okay. That's notifying me of Steam deals. There's a service I use called Is There Any Deal for Steam, and as well as other stores actually, that tracks when, you know, a game goes on sale, which is pretty handy because, you know, why pay full price if it's not selling for full price? Oh, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. So yeah, I got an email with that. Every time I get an email and some of my filters, my wrist buzzes. You never know when something urgent's happening. So luckily it's never been urgent, but paranoid me, you know. Why is WASDA not working? There we go. That was weird. My input got stuck there for a bit. Okay, production. How are we doing on the production? Carrots were like almost breaking even on. Or vegetables. We're okay on this. Oil. We are exploiting a bit, but we can do a lot more over here. Do that in a bit. We can zone a few areas over here. Just to get a little bit more money coming in. We have points we can spend. That would be a good one to get. I mean, think about that. Those would both be good. I want to get that with after uni though. This would be pretty handy. Yeah. This would be good. These would be good as well. Tram would be good. Water would be super good. Okay, I think those are good for now. This one is going to be freaking massive. But overlapping with what? Oh, the road. Oh, yeah, I'm sure you're upsetty about that. But this incinerator plant is super handy. Or power gen. We'll link up to that part of the grid. But we care less about pollution over here. Ah. Water an issue? Why is water's not getting delivered to that building? Okay. Thinking. We don't have... Where's our... Not too far that way. Okay, we don't have too much water pollution, so I'll just extend this. We'll grab it from nearby waters. And we'll have to remember to put more, like, office buildings over here. That satiate your thirst for water. Hopefully. We'll actually do that right now. Put some office buildings there. Why? Oh, you were a 3-laner, huh? Okay, let's fix that. Yeah, no. There we go. So office buildings at the end there. There's not a huge amount of demand for those anyway, so whatever. Okay, carrots are almost caught up. I need to do more chipkins though. Ah! Click the wrong button. Of course. I don't know why, but sometimes when I draw the area, it just doesn't do exactly what I want. And it's honestly a little frustrating at times. Mm-hmm. Now you're good. You need a little sliver for whatever reason. I'm also contemplating having like a cargo harbor over here so we can ship things on boat. Export it. Now we can do that. Cargo harbor, regular harbor, and we can do routes. Can't afford that. Can't afford that though. Question is where to put the fucker. Because it's a big chunker. I feel like somewhere over here would be a good place. Near the high school, especially. There we go. Hopefully that helps out. And one of these somewhere would be good, right?
Hello.
Hey, Blue, welcome in. How are you? Have a helicopter that's over there would be handy. That and some internets. Yeah, welcome in, Blue. How are you doing this fine time zone? All right, let's see. Now help out the trash. Speaking of which, garage depot. Very handy. I spent a lot of money.
That was
Okay.
truly superfluous. Masterful counterpart. You're listening to Second Moon Radio, the station of levitated tastes.
Mhm.
Don't touch that dial.
Still 6 tons in the hole for Chimpkins.
This just in from traffic. If you're thinking about hitting the streets, you can
We
expect
don't have any employees yet.
delays on the major roads, especially during rush hour.
Good to know, Jim. Seems like everyone is in a hurry to get somewhere fast.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth slowing down. And if you can, plan your trip outside the rush.
Oh, I don't.
Great advice.
I'd rather wait an hour in traffic than to have to start thinking about everything all the time. Besides, if I did that, I'd never get anywhere. And on to our main feature story.
Mm-hmm.
The commercial district is booming as the area is attracting more high-end stores, bringing the latest in luxury to our neighborhood.
Right, now we
You
have
can
tram
now shop
tracks
for
too.
designer shoes while sipping a fancy local Jarva mate, or so my wife tells me. That's good for business and good for the community.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Jim. We'll be back after this.
Any traffic? Mostly okay now. Keeping an eye on that just in case it gets bad. Where do we end up putting the university if we actually placed one down? I don't know. I also don't know why the graphics are rendering weirdly. Hi. Bump this up a little bit. I'm still running okay frame rate wise. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm not gonna ever get like 60 frames per second on this thing, but as long as it's like above 20, 25, I'm okay with that for this kind of game where it's not super action packed. We have dense. Yeah, that's new. That's nice. Oil over here. I want to get some. So much livestock demand. Actually, kind of crazy. There we go. Natural waterways for more livestock. I was debating whether or not I need to knock out a route through here, because this is all highway. So we could just fork off here and have a highway route come all the way down to here. Or like a main road, I should say. It wouldn't be that bad, would it? See if there's a good intersection for this. Man, this would work pretty well. I know it's going to complain about that. We'll deal with that in a hot second. There we are. 3 lanes. There we go. Okay, water situation. You do that. And over to you. You're all good. Power. Just run like a low voltage line for this. You're not upsetting spaghetti about that. Cool, 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 cool. I'm just trying to think of a fast way that we can get, like residents over, right? Oh, it's overlapping with that, huh? That work? No, it still overlaps, huh? So we can't make a roadway that passes through waterways. Not a height way to get around this. Okay, it was just too close. Okay, that's the problem there. This too low. Okay, that's fine. Okay. I'm just trying to think of the way I make sure boats can still get through, because that's important. I get that. But still leave myself to play around with room, you know? Oh god, okay. Being really finicky about this. I really shouldn't be. It's gonna be okay. On. There we go. And we'll do back to here. Ground level. Are you freaking kidding me? This is... And that's a little weird, but it technically works. Hey, Newfers. Welcome in. How you doing? Okay.
You have any ideas? This is my favorite show. Wait,
Just finished D&D? Hell yeah, man.
it's my favorite.
How was the campaign?
New Furs just resubbed for 3 months. Not too bad. Just finished D&D.
Heck yeah, bud. Thank you for the resub. Thank you for 3 months. I appreciate it. I'm glad D&D went well. Hopefully it went well. First real substance before TwitchCon, so it's good to get back to the swing of it. Hell yeah, man. Good for you, man. Really good. Underground. Okay, that's kind of a mess, whatever. Looks like the Kingsport I'll be streaming the sessions. Hell yeah, man, that's exciting. Really cool. Yes, that's the transformer station. I move you. So what I'm thinking about here, tearing out some of this land and making a proper intersection out of this area. The power is okay for the moment, so yeah, I know.
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement. Local authorities are urging the public to conserve water and reduce the burden on the city during this water shortage. Consider installing a low-flush toilet, cut back on watering the lawn, and shower with a friend whenever possible. This has been a local public service announcement. You're listening to Second Moon, the station of a cultural sophisticate who doesn't fear extending their ears to the
there we go. Do that. Everything's still connected.
Let us move now.
Branch off
from
here.
The musical page to the literary. Here
And
we have some
power, we're still good.
anguishing
Technically, yes.
correspondence.
Okay.
My dear Professor Hornbuckle, whereas I make no apology for my erudite,
Intersection,
demands
there's
that
this
I
one.
prevaricate against the title. I am but a humble devotee of the form, and all my expertise derives merely from a life devoted to the gentle arts. Though I do thank you for the honor. But I digest. To continue. Professor Hornbuckle, as a traveler from my homeland, I long to hear a tune that speaks to the anguish of my road-weary
I wish.
There now, my good fellow.
I'm so
Chill,
close.
as it were. No need to wallow in sediment. Leave that to those poet chaps, eh? Here's a tune just for you, and I do hope it provides your aching spirit some modest desolation.
Why is it overlapping with rocks?
Our story this hour. Kim is on scene outside an abandoned building.
That's right, Jim. This decaying shell is a symbol of the industrial decline sweeping the city. People are being laid off. The industrial sector is on the verge of collapse. And worryingly, crime is on the rise.
Okay, now you're overreacting.
Always got to watch out for crime, not to mention collapsing buildings. We'll have more after this.
There we go.
We're live, and we're getting reports about a traffic accident somewhere in the city.
Road maintenance services have already been dispatched, and traffic flow should return to normal. But if you're planning a quick trip out, you might want to wait a little while until everything clears up.
If you're in it, you already know about it. No use reminding you. Meanwhile, expect delays and drive safe.
Drive safe, thanks. Okay. Why does that jump up like that? I don't know. We can get rid of those crosswalks because hopefully no one's walking up here. And we can probably make these 3-laners. So we don't have people turning around up here. God damn it. There we go. Now we have plenty of room to merge off and whatnot. Now we could probably No, we don't need to upgrade these. These are fine. That's good, and that's already linked up. Power and water should be still good. What's this? Ah, the highway. We can upgrade these again to 3-laners. Cool. And we need to get it over here somehow. Yep. Yep. Man, we may have to destroy some of this. I'm not gonna cry a river over this. Ah. Why you know like water? Like you're a friend there does. Ah. We need to link this up too. We'll do that in a hot second. We do that over here? No. How about up here? No. But here is okay. Okay. We'll work with what we have. Before I stopped playing today, I completely ripped out all my transits, so I had to redo everything. Yeah, I'm redoing a lot more with this particular city. It's kind of bananas, really, if you think about it. But I'm getting better with the tools, so I'm actually having a lot of fun with it too. That's all makes sense as well. All right, now we have this right there. The 4-lane road. Route you up to this intersection. There we go. I'm gonna rezone things. See how the traffic handles that. Now we have like I'm leaning way more into having proper intersections for things instead of making them. And I was watching Panther's stream this morning, and they were using like the parallel tool, which I didn't know about, and that's super helpful. It really is. Okay. You're complaining about power. Why are you? You're not linked for some reason. Now you are? Hello? The power seems confused. Which I don't blame it, because this is a clusterfuck of like 3 iterations now. You know what we'll do? We'll do one of these. And now it's fine. Whatever. It's gonna do what's gonna do. Oh, geez, you guys are just leaving town now, aren't you? Oh, I missed a little piece of road, didn't I? That's fine. There we go. So now we can have an actual thoroughfare through here onto this main highway, which is kind of clustered right now, but we'll see if that clears out. So far the traffic jams have been very ephemeral. I'm not jumping to alarm immediately on a lot of them. Well, autosave, thank you. We actually have like a decently sized bridge here, which is pretty neato in my opinion. I like that. How's our production of stuff doing? Okay, we're actually catching up on stuff. Still lowest on vegetables. We can probably add a little bit more of that. There we go. Squeeze like another small farm over here. Eat. Can't quite snap at the end there. That's fine. This is gonna be a really weirdly shaped one, but it's fine. I don't care. And where'd my other chat window go? There it is. Okay. I'm also streaming on Live Space, so I want to keep an eye on that. Speed it up a little bit. You want to live in a building? You don't say. I thought you wanted to live in a tent. Or a teepee. Or an igloo. Well, igloos are technically buildings, so that's probably not correct. Okay. I'm going to put some industrial over here. You're complaining about water? You better not be complaining about water. Hell yeah, we got some traffic flowing. How's this handling things? Smooth as a baby's bottom. Like, those people are choosing to be staying. That's a 2-lane road. Now you're on, like, main streets there. We haven't done any metro stuff yet. I'm planning on doing it. I just haven't yet. I'm also trying to think, like, residential demand is still high. What do I want to do about that? How am I going to fit, like, a intersection in here, really? My go-to would be, like, you know, this one or this one. This would technically fit. This one would not. Let's do another trumpet. Maybe this. No, it's too big. This is a good one. Do something like that, connecting the bridges for on-ramping into this area.
Recent spikes in demand have led to temporary local shortages in the city's fresh water
Oil
supply.
over here.
The public should be aware that we are struggling to get the situation in hand.
What?
This has been a local public service announcement.
Pending updates to our power grid, the city will be experiencing rolling blackouts. We urge the public to remain calm during these breaks in service and to follow the guidelines on the city's website on how to plan for these temporary events. This has been a local public service
I
announcement.
don't know why those PSAs come up.
Was truly
They don't seem
superb.
connected to reality.
Masterful counterpart. You're listening to Second Moon Radio, the station of levitated tastes. Don't touch that dial.
Pre-rolls are back. Thanks, bot.
And on to our main feature story. The
How long has that
commercial
been that
district
way?
is booming, as the area is attracting more high-end
That-
stores, bringing the latest in luxury to our neighborhood. You can now shop for designer shoes while sipping a fancy local
There we go.
Java mate.
I usually like to have
Or so my wife
timestamps in my chat, and it
That's
wasn't on
good
for some reason.
business and
Probably
good
because,
for the
oh
community.
yeah, there was the OBS update that wiped it all.
We'll be back after this.
I got all the Frankenstein Z stuff
This
transferred, but
just
that
in
didn't
for
transfer over.
traffic. If you're thinking about hitting
not
the
Frankenstein
streets,
Z.
you can expect delays on the major roads, especially during rush hour.
Good to know.
I think it should be
Jim.
good.
Seems like everyone is in a hurry to get somewhere fast. It's worth slowing down. And if you can, plan your trip outside the rush.
Oh,
Flow's
I don't
good
know. I'd
here.
rather wait an hour in traffic than to have to start thinking about everything all the time. Besides, if I did that, I'd never get anywhere.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's a multi-lane road. You can handle it. Now, is this going to be a problem? I could get rid of this. This isn't super necessary. Or this right here. Or even this. Well. I'm gonna need it, don't I? I need this route. This is kind of optional. Can we grab that from somewhere else? Like over here might be okay. I'm gonna think or thought. The heck? Yeah, I know. Overlapping with what? That was weird. Well, maybe that should be like a highway there. It looks less funny. Yeah, that looks better. Now, with that in mind, don't need this part. Do need to connect that up. Well, power's still good as water that's an issue. Yeah, we can connect that up. That way, traffic can flow off the highway much smoother. And this can be serviced from over here, which isn't too bad for now. We'll see. If traffic starts piling up from here up, we'll address that then. Maybe make this a four-way and cut across this farmland or some shit. Finances for $250,000 in the hole. Still making tons of money on garbage. This is pretty. Effect on that. Let's see how that panders out in the happiness level. Ah, there we go. Why? There's all these hearses, they're just having trouble getting there or some shit? I don't get it. Be plenty of like throughput there. That's like a rolling blackout, I guess. That's another recycling center, okay. Lack of high-skilled labor. Because they're all dying for some reason. Still content. Yeah. Ah. Probably the upkeep of like hearses and ambulances are too expensive to run. That's probably the problem there. Okay. I'm tempted to do a residential around here, but it's so close to the train line that I'll complain about the noise. Better up here, I think. Yeah, I know. Calm your tits. There you go. I want to be able to swap this out for a 4-lane intersection and run the highway that way. This is okay right now, but if I put more people here, this is too much. I need a good 4-way here. Do I have one? Like this one will definitely do it, but that's a bit much. This could probably handle it and fit more or less. Like I should probably tear down that bottom one and rebuild it a bit. Maybe with the top one. Oh, I can expand over here for new residential. You know, we can actually, before we do that, hey Chris, thanks for the shout out. That mean you're gonna raid me? Yes, it does. Hi, Chris. Hey, Gremlins. Welcome in. I'm not gonna say hi to everyone because it's all the murder spam everywhere. Thank you for the follows. Hey, everyone. Welcome in. I'm just doing a mini bonus stream on Saturday. How's everyone doing? How was Power Wash?
This is my favorite show. Wait, no. This is my
Oh my goodness, so many follows.
It's my favorite show.
Thank you, Blubber.
Kamiyoko just resubbed for 7 months. That's lots of months.
That is lots of months. I will hydrate. Thank you, Megs. And that's Maxwell. You fucking matter. When did I put that in there? Neat. Welcome everyone. You love that? I'm glad you like it. Button press. There we go. That's a hydrate redeem. Thank you for the newt. Oh, and a stretch. I'll do that. Oh, welcome everyone. Playing some Cities Skylines 2. Who's done this? Lobster. Thank you for the fart. How was Power Wash, Chris, if you're still here? There's so much. Welcome everyone. Hazel, Kachan, Megs. Thank you for the raid. How was the Back to the Future maps? I've been curious about that. I'm thinking of getting it, but I haven't yet, obviously. I'm definitely considering it though. I love Power Wash. Power Wash is great. But yeah, DesertIce, Dice for short, pronounce he, they, variety streamer, Harry, the Harry, who's done this? No, Spudgers. Thank you, Spudgers. I just nice. Nice. Ah!
Obsidian Blue said nice.
Okay. Thank you, Andrew. And thank you for the hype train. So if you didn't know, nice. Hype trains are kind of dynamic around here. And you were queuing up that Kirby. Of course you were, Harry. I don't blame you.
Said nice.
Flashbangs and channel point redeems down below, over that way, are discounted during hype trains. Do with that information you will. Thank you for demonstrating, Harry. But yeah, welcome in. Playing some City Skylines 2. It's just gonna idle there for a bit because I'm just making money anyways. Also that, where if there's a delayed flashbangs behind it in queue, it's all a shared queue.
Why not? He's sensitive. I don't want him to cry.
You don't want me to cry? I mean, there's been enough tears, all right? Enough tonight. Well deserved though, Chris. I hope Harper enjoys Japan when that happens. Obviously, it's a long ways out.
See you, chump.
That's rude. It's a little rude.
Driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions.
Anyways, yeah, well deserved. And I'm glad, like, it's a really cool thing to hear that Harper's learning another language at a very young age. That's like the best opportunity for that. So that's super cool. That's really cool to hear. Cameo, why? Why you do this? And yes, during Hype Train there is the Hype Train music and deal with the glasses pop up. And if you have any questions of how I do any of these things, I'm more than willing to share. Still 2,500 instead of 500 for the channel points. Yeah, it's normally 10K, so it's a quarter off. I did make it. Thank you, Obsidian, for the nice. Thank you.
That's right, Jim.
Obsidian Blue said nice.
And the cooldown's lower than by default. By default, it's like pretty long, so it's not too frequent. Andrew is probably more than well aware of frequent flashbangs being excellent. Thank you, Andrew. Perfect timing.
That's right. Don't forget to look up.
Flash is our life. I mean, it's probably a very cost-effective way of getting LASIK. Not efficient, but cost-effective. So yeah, flashbangs have become increasingly
expensive during Hype Train.
Yes.
But this is DICE having a valid and necessary sense of self-preservation.
This is true. Thank you, Chris. Is that why you've been lurking so much? I appreciate it though. I love lurkers here. I love hanging out, having on chats. Yeah, I've been fine-tuning that to where you guys can still have fun. Obviously, that's the first and foremost, motivation. But do it in a way where it's not egregious, right? And bouncing up and down on that. At least 6 years ago, and Chad is helping me touch up. Nice. How'd you find the experience? You like destroying my brain? That is true. I had LASIK 15 years ago? A little bit more than that? 16 years ago? Thank you, Cameo, for the drones. What's fun about that alert, as well as a handful of others beneath, they're multi-stack. So you can do 225 multiple times in one message, and it'll do that number of 25. Agreed, Andrew. I'm worried that I might be becoming nearsighted again. So I may have to do another round of it or get glasses again. So that's something I don't think is on many channels. I'm pretty happy with that I've built. I know Lance has a variant of that, but this is my own homegrown way of doing it. Most things are based off of streamer bot. Nice, nice. When did I do that with a bot? I've done so many things I lose track. Anyways. There's always Maxwell though. And we have another Hype Train level. Thank you. But yeah, so anything that's labeled with God damn it, Harry. Ducky, thank you for resubbing. Hey, Sinister. Welcome in. It is me.
9 months. Thanks to EtAngerMGMT for my sub gift.
Yep.
Bread pickup
We have this now.
You can come to Bread
Let Kirby love you. I prefer wait for consent first. But that's just me.
Fantasies come true. Things will definitely get real toasty if I get to see you later. I've got some nice ones that I think you like. Why
Really?
can't I stop thinking about you? Throw his tent all over me.
Yeah. Thank you, Lobster, for the stickers. This is Steve-O from Borderlands. I love it. It's good stuff. Having Kirby among your active is consent. You know, you're not technically wrong. The best kind of right. You're technically right. It's the best kind of right. Ah, fuck. Fuck me. These are the flashbangs. They come in quick succession when the delay one goes off. So there's like another 2 of those, I think, in the pipe. Yep. Yeah, there's a bit of delay with that because it's intentional. Like you pay 500 bits. I don't know when it's going to go off. That's the payoff for it. But thank you for all the flashbangs. I don't think there's anything else. I have stickers, Tangia, Blurp, and I'm trying out a new extension called Viewer Attack, which is pretty neat. It's amazing. Do you like it, Andrew? It's not actually that difficult to do. And I'm more than willing to help out with anyone who would be curious to find out. So why are the limits on number of 25s and 1 message? What are the limits? Just how wide you can make the message. Totally, yeah. Anything I build on this channel is considered open source, if it's shareable. And I'm more than willing to talk about it. But yeah, the multi-stacks, they're down in the panel below. They also work combinatorially. So you can put as many as you want in a given message, so tier 25, etc. many times. But if that sum adds up to another alert that's also multi-stack, that will fire off too. Which is pretty neat, I think. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. I've been doing a lot of stuff with that. It also works with the drone redeem too. I know the way. I know some ways. I've passed on knowledge that I've discovered, and I try to keep tab on things. That is Elizabeth. Yes, right there. That's actually property of Ceres. They brought it when they moved in, and it's just sitting there for now, because that's where we have room. There's a bunch of Evangelion and anime figurines, and plus a bunch of things from artists in the community. Like there's paintings from Nessa. There's a James B. Barrow postcard, a letter from Dodo, and there's a letter from Nessa. Halo books, yes. There's a lot of stuff. I'm a bit more in your way, damn it. Fucking mirrors. There's some manga there. Siri and the other lady. Why am I blanking on her name? The one with the purple eyes in Witcher. Those are both figurines owned by Siri. These ones are like on this shelf down here are mostly owned by me. I also have like some books over here and Cards Against Humanity, of course, because there's a lot of Cards Against Yennefer. Thank you. Very awesome artist, yes. Nessa just sent that to me like out of the blue, and it's like, thanks. I don't know what to say. I was really taken aback because I'm not used to people like, are the Halo books any good? I've only read a few of them. The main one I would definitely strongly recommend is The Fall of Reach. I read that one book so many times that I had to buy it twice. The first one was literally falling apart from me reading it and rereading it over and over. The Flood is pretty good. And, well, The Flood, it basically is novel version of the first game. So if you like that story, you'll like that. And then First Strike is between 1 and 2. And that's what I've read. I started reading Harvest, which is a prequel book of essentially the first contact between the Covenant and humans. Read all of them, all like 200 of them are Andrew. Like there's a shit ton, right? Thank you for the hype train, by the way. Back in game. There are 50 books now. There's like so many, like I could not keep up. I do have the graphic novel. I read that, the first one, and I have the art book. Someone waking up in Minecraft world. I think it was the same author that wrote World War Z, and it was pretty cool for what it was. Huh. That could be, I could see that being interesting. 62 in one message. Great. No, go ahead. Please fire away if you wish. Thank you, Cameo. Thank you for the 1550 bits. Holy crap. That's a lot of money. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. And I guess those still trigger too. Because that's over 1,000 bits and over.
Help computer.
That's amazing. It's a little tricky, but essentially what it handles. StreamerBot gets you the information of like all the pieces of a cheer message, and you can just react to that how you want. And so I have it to where every time there's a 25, it does one of those times 62 of them. There's other ones, there's like a 1-bit does a water drop, and if you max that out, actually, that one also does a splashing sound. But that was a fun combo. That's only with cheer one though, like the other cheer modes have maybe a different width, so that may not add up. I'd have to double check that. Yeah, what was I gonna here we go. The water will come, there it is. Thank you, Megs, for the bits. Sorry for the flashbangs. Okay, that's one batch. That was lots of bits, but I need to know. No problem. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's just a simple water drop that falls from the top to the bottom and makes a splash sound at the bottom. It was like my first one I did. Are you sorry, though? Medium. Maybe over easy. Yeah, I build weird stream stuff. And I have fun with it. I have other ideas, I just haven't gotten around to it. Don't have the time. But essentially, with the new framework I wrote that's still being worked on, the bit combination stuff works with any video file. And there's different like positioning algorithms to it. So like, there's one that throws a soup can across the screen, which I thought was fun. I need to do more permutations of that. What was I doing? Jesus fucking Christ, I got distracted. Unsurprisingly. But yeah, if anyone has any questions regarding that, I'm more than happy to share it. There's only one way to find out if they're sorry. Thank you, Cameo, for demonstrating the soup can for my family. Which is like a meme around the household, and I just thought I'd turn it into an alert. Because it's funny. I love that when that was like going around initially, and it's still something we reference. Every time we have like canned soup for dinner or lunch or whatever, we always say it's soup from our family. Completely out of context, which is just great. Playing City Skylines 2, this is my second city. This is a European style, but still on the left-hand driving, as you know, or right-hand driving, excuse me, American style. But the buildings are European style. And I'm trying to be more planned with the city, but still more organic with the layout. If that makes sense. More highway and intersection usage, and smaller nodes of like neighborhoods. Friend just logged off his first city, hit 100k pop. I think Ultra is at 350 pop right now. It's getting really chuggy. My first city was around 120k, I think. But 350, damn. You're approaching 100, nice. Yeah, this is a new city, so it's only at 13, but it's definitely, it's making its way. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm also focusing more on industry with this, so it's a more of a, like a rural feel to things. If anyone who plays this game and knows why the public access notices,
and to follow the guidelines on the city's website.
And now Cammy's gonna rain on my parade. Thank you.
This has been a local public service.
Make time to play this. I bought it when it dropped, but it had no time. It's very good, Andrew. I am having a blast with it. Now, be forewarned. Performance is not great. It still has room to be better. The traffic AI is still pretty monstrously bad. Tweets are bugged as shit. Yes. I don't understand the public service announcements because the power and water is fine. Traffic is fine.
Here they are. Well, never mind then.
I know, traffic.
Thank you for listening.
Yes. Traffic manager needs to come out for 2. That reminds me.
The commercial district is booming.
You need to play Infraspace.
high-end
It's
stores.
a mix
From
of
the latest
city
in
skylines
luxury,
with factory
wine,
logistics, and it has
you can now
Traffic
shop
Manager
for
built
designer
in.
shoes while
Base game
sipping a fancy
automatically there.
local Jarva
I would argue it's
Or
even
so
better
my
than
wife
Traffic
tells
Manager
me.
in terms of
That's
user
good for
interface.
business and good
I think
for
the
the
two like
community.
February, but definitely pick it up. They're still adding tons of features. I haven't looked at it in months. When I played of it though, fucking excellent. It has a lot of potential, but it's less civic engineering and more industrial engineering, if that makes sense, where you build like supply chains and processing plants. The residences is really like a secondary feature because you have to worry about oxygen and CO2 processing. He is in and around it, very much so. Yes, Chris is all around and inside everything he can get his hands on,
We'll have more
and more.
this.
With his mouth. What was I saying? Anyways, more industry. Exactly, Chris. Actually, we'll do some office buildings here to save the water. Thank you, Andrew. Yeah, definitely. If you like City Skylines and like factory logistics games like Satisfactory, Factorio, ESP, there's a few others, but those are the ones that first come to mind. Emperor Space is like a hidden gem that I think deserves more attention. Also, I guess Boulder Assault, my opinions on games are weird. I like novelty, and I know too much about some games. Hey, Rohack, wait, welcome in, how you doing? I've told a number of people about this, but essentially, my major in college was video games. Started my career was making games, and I transitioned to enterprise software for the financial stability. So, yeah, I'm a big proponent of video games as an art form, and being very unique in that sense because it's transformative in its nature. The fact that an art medium evolves per use case because of user input is unique to video games. You're an art form? Well, thank you, Trex. I can't do the rebuttal compliment, but I do sincerely appreciate it. Thank you. Prince of Pills. Principice. Whatever. They complain about the water and then they're fine with it. Yeah, I made a few games beginning of my career. It was initially a game for Cartoon Network and Disney, and then I did another Cartoon Network game for a while that got canceled. Then a movie game, a retro rehash, a game based on a child's art book, which was fun. And the last one I worked on, which is still my favorite, was a console game for Chucky, Child's Play, Voodoo Doll. I had so much fun working on that game. I'm so sad it didn't come out, but it was a lot of fun to work on. Had a few game design courses in college, but we didn't do it on Flash because that was the future. Oh boy, Flash, that's a story and a half. Yeah, I remember plugins being the hotness for a while. I've done some Flash. I've done more Silverlight, actually. When I did Flash, though, ironically, it was on Scaleform, which is not web-based. It's more like application-based. And how we used it was at a casino gaming shop. So, your digital reels that you see spinning around, in our instance, the old platform was running with Flash. The game did not come out, no. The 5 gift sub alert that's on my channel, though, is from that game. I actually found it on YouTube somewhere. And that video was a studio secret joke that floated around for a few weeks before it got canceled. Where we had a contractor artist to come in, very nice guy. And he made that on his free time, and it's just Chucky doing the Carlton dance. And he just wanted to do that, and I found it hilarious and just floated around. I found it on YouTube. I don't know how it got on YouTube, so I pulled it off of YouTube and made an alert out of it. And it's from the game I worked on, which I'm just has a special place in my heart. So there's that. Yeah, I also made like one iOS game. That was so far back. That was when Unity was in beta for mobile. It shipped with a beta build of the engine. How beta was it? It did not support localization. I had to add that on as a post hoc Objective-C feature add-on injected at runtime, which was terrible because every time you load up any UI, it didn't at that moment determine whether or not you're in English or Spanish phone and use the right, language. That's not how you usually do it. You sort of like bake it in as you install it, kind of thing. Not at runtime, but there was no infrastructure to do that in Unity at the time. I'm sure by now there is. That was a long time ago. That was a terrible game too. The publisher wanted a full-featured AAA 3D game on an iPhone 2 or 3. I don't know what crack they were smoking. You have parts list for your PC anywhere? I thought this game struggled to run on stream. No, I don't. I actually recently upgraded. I can give you a high level of what I have, like a specs list. It's a 3080. I do have a top tier AMD CPU, so it's a 7950 X3D CPU. It's the top one beneath Threadripper. I have 64 gigs of DDR5 and whatever motherboard was compatible with all that. And an M.2 for my primary storage. That's like the rule of thumb I went with. I know the 3080 is probably my bottleneck because it's way underpowered for everything else. But there's also when 4080s, 4070s were like $1,000 each. And they're starting to come down now that 5000 series are on the horizon. So I'm planning, hopefully, ideally first half of next year to get a better GPU. They aren't that bad now. I'm not one to buy things bleeding edge. I usually wait for when there's a good deal, Yeah, there's some 4070s that are 400-ish, but the VRAM size on them are kind of small. So that's where my hesitation is. I use a lot of VRAM. I'm only running 2K for my game and downscaling to 1080p for stream because that's what Twitch allows. But anytime I run into my VRAM limitations, I see it thrashing into the RAM, and that's just terrible. So ideally, I want to get a 4080 or 40 Ti. 4080 Ti would be the perfect case, but those are still pretty expensive. And I'm probably just being overly frugal, but I don't know. I always feel bad when I buy something, like an expensive graphics card, and then like 3 months later, it's like 20% off than when I bought it, with no discounts. It's the depreciation hits hard. Hey, Yusu, welcome in. Good to see you, man. Nia, whatever Chris's raid message was. God damn it. It's got me 490. It's really underestimated its power requirements. Yeah, that's another thing. I am planning for a 4000 series card, so I have a kilowatt power supply. It should be enough with enough headroom. That's why I don't check. Can't do much about it. Fair enough, yeah. It's my butthole. Call me Susan. Okay, Susan. Perfect, thank you. How you doing, Yusu? It's good to see you, man. Running a 3080 with a 13600K and a 1000-watt PSU. Yeah, I just have like, I think the 13600K is like pretty good. I don't follow Intel as closely because like last 2 or 3 generations have been like super thermal, like in craziness, and I just don't want to deal with that. 60, hell, Andrew, you lift things up and put them down. You're the best. Ooh. Aw, I appreciate that, Isu. You're awesome. Howdy ducky. Yeah. Andrew, stop it. 1200 I think is plenty for one tower. Unless you're shoving both towers into one case, Andrew, I think you can survive on a 1200 watt. Unless you have like something else that's going on. Are you driving your lights off your PSU? That would explain it. That's a lot of lumens. Andrew has like the brightest lumen array I think on Twitch right now. It's blinding. $14,900K, 4090 is the heaviest load right now without going past normal stuff. 1200 is more than enough for that, yeah. Also giggity, thank you for the giggity. 1650 minimum for right now, my PC should operate at... That's only at full tilt, Andrew. That should be hopefully fairly rare. You should only hit like power spikes of 1100 rarely. The 400 watt overhead, where would that come from? Oh, I won't say ever. There's always times to max out things. Yeah, that's a lot of amperage. 1,000 watt now and having random shutoffs due to use too much. Yeah, 1,000, especially with a 1490 and how power hungry the Intel CPUs are these days. That doesn't surprise me. So like a little bit more, like 1,200, I think would be a good match, like Chris was saying. But yeah, you do you. Do you ever need a new UPS? They get very expensive for the size one. Like, yes, I had to pay like 300 each for this one, the one on Sari's personal computer, and the one on their work computer, because they also work from home and their work computer is separate. I just remote into one for mine. What did you do, my eyes? Look at his 850 watt. 850 is still fine for a lot of things, Rohak, especially if you don't have like a crazy GPU. I have 3 hard drives, 4 SSDs, and 4 M.2 is also running in there. M.2s are a little power hungry. That's a lot of storage. Another ridiculous breaker in his office. All one circuit? Oh my god. Oh man, I'm surprised you haven't tripped it more, Chris. You got a 3080 and a lot of HDDs. That's fine. Like, I would be on an 850 watt if I wasn't planning to upgrade my GPU in the not too distant future. No medical supplies. I don't know why that happens. It always happens with one hospital in my cities. Oh, I shouldn't say always. So far, every city I've built has one clinic run out of supplies. I don't know why. You're lucky, man. You're lucky. When Sari upgraded to a 3080, they had to upgrade to a kilowatt power supply too. And that was an ordeal and a half. What is?
Has been issued for the immediate area.
Oh, it's bottlenecking here.
Exercise caution if you must drive and try to stay off the streets.
Let's help that out.
This has been a local public service announcement.
There we go.
Advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road.
Also, the best thing my system would benefit from right now is total install Windows. There.
Try to stay off the streets.
Funny enough,
conditions improve. This
installed Windows is on its third PC. I've actually been imaging the same like drive multiple times just to keep the state of Windows as it is, because it's been running okay. It was initially on a 1 terabyte SSD at a SATA one. Then I upgraded to a 2 terabyte SSD on my last machine. So I imaged everything over and got a new terabyte of space effectively because it was running full. And with this one, I imaged that 2 terabyte SSD SATA to an M.2 terabyte. So this computer still thinks it's made from made by Origin, but it's not. Nothing in it is Origin at all. But it's an Origin license.
Story this hour. Kim is unseen outside.
Been getting odd graphical hitching at times recently, hoping it's not the GPU.
That's right, Jim.
That would be
This
concerning.
decaying shell is a symbol of the industrial decline sweeping the city. People are being laid off. The industrial sector is on the verge of collapse.
Rohak, do you have
crime is on the rise.
rebar open on your machine? Resizable bar, if you're not familiar, is a feature you turn on your GPU driver. Okay, you do have it on. For anyone who's not aware, it expands the lane that the CPU and the GPU talk to each other to have more data throughput. You have to enable it on your motherboard, CPU, and GPU respectively. They all have to support it. And it was a semi-recent feature, like a few years ago. So that'll be one way to do it. The only other thing I can think of would be potentially a union starting your game. Good. Unions are a good thing. Maybe faster RAM. Not necessarily more RAM, but faster. Oh yeah, same here. Because it was like a very low risk optimization. Like, at worst, it would be the same. Okay, that's a no-brainer. And as more and more games are more and more I/O intensive on the GPU, which is helping. Hey, Mandark. You're tracking that EVGA is no longer in the GPU market, thus not. I think they still support whatever's still under warranty with their older generations, you know, 3000 series and under. Welcome in, Mandark. Yeah, they still support RMA, but they're not making any 4000 series cars or, you know, anything after that. Nvidia has been undercutting them for far too long, and they're not taking the shit anymore. Which is sad to me, because I love EVGA. They had like one of the best RMA processors in the GPU market. Several machines ago, I had an 8800 for the original Crisis. I wanted to play that because nerd. Anyways, and twice from EVGA, I got it, installed it, ran it for a few days, and the traces would start failing, and I got like color distortions, and the GPU would just outright fail. So I mailed it in, got the RMA, got a replacement. Second time, same thing, mailed it in, I got the replacement. Surprise, got a 9800. That ran fine for several years. I don't know why. I just got a magical 9800 upgrade for free. Yep. Well, like there was like that whole Intel design power supply cord change that melted like cards for like what, 4 months, or the connection to cards. Didn't want to do that. And they were warned about it, and they still went ahead with it anyways. And then it happened. Yeah, like, okay. You just not care about your customers? You just want to waste their money and their time and give them heart attacks? That's gonna do well. God. But yeah, to what Ducky was saying, unions are a good thing. That is not why industry is dropping. Contrary to popular belief, union industries have higher throughput than non-union industries because you have longer retention, thus more expertise and efficiency. Yeah, unions are very good. I am very pro-union. Just stop working sure, I guess, factor in RMA cause and ship it, but when your stuff catches fire. I just think like the reputational damage would be more meaningful to them. That's where mine go, like... What does that say? Onion 122. 1ZE. Oh, unionize, onionize. Sorry, I don't know why I messed up reading that. Yes. Onionize. That's good. But I'm pro-union. I grew up in a union household, so that's why. Twitch wouldn't... Fuck you, Twitch. Come on. First you take, like, the flap emotes. Then you take the steppy emotes. Then you take the twerk emotes. Then you take, like, you know, anytime you find a gasm emote. And now you can't, like, unionize? Unionize? Come on. Fuck me. Took Grimo like 3 times submitting it. Such bullshit. Oh, I'm not telling him. I'm more of a fan if it's like not obviously like hate speech or anything like that. Like no trash stuff, obviously. Beyond that, I like people expressing themselves. You're not hurting anyone. Have fun. That's my philosophy. Yeah, as and unionization. That's. I'm sorry. Unions built this country. And this really annoys me if they're going to demonize that. Anywho, let's start working on the petrol center. How's my production doing? Net positive in most things besides like the raw ores. Did I hear about this? Not most latest stuff. I know they were trying for a while. Riot, I think, won some initial steps for it, and they're moving along on that. I don't know if the final vote happened. And Activision, like, is in a mix of stuff with the acquisition still, which went through. I'm glad. Large asterisk with next to that, just because now Microsoft is a monolith in the gaming industry, which I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of monopolies. But I think it's the lesser of two evils compared to Bobby Kotick and his board. They're fucking evil. So I'll take the lesser of two evils in that case, but I'm not happy about it. But Sega Workers Main Union, Sega's trying to... Of course, they're doing retaliation of organization. That's a... I hope that they're suing them and getting them to pay out their nose. Oh no, you might make 1% less profit. Woe is me. You're tracking it? Oh, do keep me abreast of it, because I want to know that shit. Okay. Now, can I fit an intersection in here? Please do, or you go also post in my Discord, if you wish. Whatever's easier for you, man. You're complaining about the water, are ya? Yeah, there's like a neat links channel for that kind of stuff. Just general catch-all, like link shareable stuff that's of interest. There we go. Now I'm gonna redo some of these bridges a bit. Yep, that's fair. I'm not afraid to talk about politics, but I understand if people are worried about it, especially when, you know, streaming is their livelihood. They don't want to. Why did I do that? Off-put anyone, but streaming's not my livelihood, so I have a little more freedom with that, luckily. Yeah, I am very left-leaning. There's not much that's left of me. I'll put it that way. Yeah. Let's see, what was I gonna do here? Let's do a highway, 3-lane. Curved. That. Okay, I do have to do a proper bridge. That's fine. Oh, political streaming has seen as a major uptick in recent years. That's true. That's another reason why I'm... Not that, like, I'm set out to be a political streamer at all, at any sort of, or anything like that. I'm just fine talking about politics because I find it interesting. I follow a lot of politics. I don't know with that. Yeah, like one of those streams I watch pretty frequently is either like Sun or Central Committee, or two of some of the bigger just chatting streamers on Twitch, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Sun's fucking massive though. Like, I can't pay attention to the chat in there. It's too freaking busy. But it's definitely an interesting place, and you learn a lot of really interesting contexts and perspectives there, which I appreciate. Okay. Get rid of those crosswalks. There's no pedestrians over here. Grimlow is a good U.S. socialist morning streamer. I'll have to keep that in mind. Yeah, Mike from PA is not bad. I've been pretty satisfied with his content and coverage. What was I do? Oh yes, another bridge. Like bridges. During lunch break. That might be a little early for me because I'm only up like 8-9 a.m. Eastern US. So, but you know, I'll still keep it in mind. If opportunity arises, I'll definitely check it out. And let's merge this in. And if it wasn't clear, I'm also a card-carrying socialist as well. I don't do like any real debate stuff. That is my perspective of things. There we go. So now we have this off-ramp. We can go into the oil stuff. Why did you do a U-turn? Same. Yep. So that far left in the US is pretty small and pretty inconsequential, or at least federal stuff. Local stuff is starting to pick up at least, which is nice, but federal stuff is still pretty tiny. But you get what you can. Let's figure out the oil stuff. Yeah, so where it starts, that's what you work with. You do what you can with what you have.
Due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve.
Road required.
This has been a local public service announcement.
Let's
A
get...
driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions.
A U-turn on a highway.
Exercise
That will go well for
caution
sure.
if you must drive
Depends on the
and
highway.
try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement. That was truly superfluous. Masterful counterpart. You're listening to Second Moon Radio.
There we go.
The station
Now we
of
can put a
entertainment
roundabout
tastes. Don't touch that
right
button.
there. And we'll jack up the size of it.
On to our main feature story. The commercial district is booming as the area is attracting more high-end
There we
stores,
go.
bringing the latest in luxury to our neighborhood. You can now shop for designer shoes.
And we can do
while
smaller
sipping
roads
a
off
fancy
that
local
one.
Jarva mate, or so my wife tells me. That's good for business and good for the community.
Thanks, Jim. We'll be back after this.
And smaller roads off of that.
This just in from
Well,
traffic.
we don't
If
need
you're
that.
thinking about hitting the streets, you can expect delays on the major roads,
Oil.
especially during rush hour.
Good to know, Jim. Seems like everyone is in a hurry to get somewhere fast. It's worth slowing down. And
Is
you
it, though?
can plan your trip outside the rush.
Oh,
Good advice.
I don't know. I'd rather wait an hour in traffic than to have to start thinking about everything all the time. Besides,
Yeah.
if I did that, I'd never get anywhere.
Get that oil going. Go all the way over. Yep. That's my political philosophy and leanings. And I'm more than willing to answer any questions on that too. Not just technology and stuff earlier. And I'm also a nomad. I grew up on the West Coast, but I've lived all over the US and a little bit in Central America. Okay, you need resources and stuff. Let's see if we can get this in here. No. There? Yeah. That's power.
Water? You mean like in the toilet?
Good call, Megs. Finish this Gatorade. Have some ice water. Thank you for the hydrate. Any particular brand? Depending on the particular topic, I'm a mix between like sock, dem sock. I'm not full on like Marxist on that. Not that I disagree with it, just that's not where I fully align myself. One of those people on the radio were giving me Trump meme vibes. I don't know what you mean by that. There, water. Then you have power. You should be good. Okay, got that going. Is there more oil we can exploit over here that I want? Down here would be cool. Ah. Let's get the overlay in here so I can see what I'm doing. And bigger road branching off here. Hey Buddha, welcome in. Fair enough, I base mine on principle that basic human needs, shelter, shouldn't be restricted by somebody's form an economic market. Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah. Like I am opposed to someone if they want to work to have more flexibility economically or whatever. That's fine, but it shouldn't be a requirement. There should be like some basic level of dignity, and since we're a post-scarcity society, we're just not allocating resources towards actually that way. We have enough food, we have enough shelter, we have enough water to take care of our people. It's something he sounds like he's high or was injecting drugs to his buttocks. Oh, he says things slow with pauses and long. Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, there's some weirdos on the radio that have unusual speech patterns sometimes. Not least of which, obviously, Trump. What was I gonna say? But yeah, like food, water, shelter, transportation. It's all a solved problem. We just choose not to have it solved. Oh yeah, like there is no housing shortage. There's a housing allocation inefficiency. Yeah. I forgot to mark the hydrate. Thank you again, Megs. I don't know why I did it to myself. Yeah, there's no point. Housing should not be a commodity to buy and sell as an instrument, especially when it's an aggregate like a REIT. When people need it to survive, and people don't choose to be born. They're just like exist with this built-in servitude. Not right. Is there oil on this island? Yes, there is. Let me get the overlay back up. This is all oil. So I'm making little refineries. There's little mini oil fields that are connected to the highway so we can export it or process it or whatever. There's a little bit over here as well. Yeah. So that's something we're not making too much of locally, and I want to change that. Yeah, housing should not be a tradable commodity. At least not while people that need it don't have it right now. Once everyone's like basic needs in the country are satisfied, if people beyond that want to have like a vacation home, I don't care. Pumping oil makes me feel good. Oil is a necessary resource for a lot of things. There we are. Now we can put some more industry over here. Chemical plant, cool. Like there shouldn't be any economy for goods to separate the essentials out. Yeah. Yep, there should not be corporate ownership. Tertiary housing, meaning housing beyond your second and third home, should be taxed through the ceiling, where it's financially untenable. Like, okay, you have a primary residence, I get that, and if you're well off having a vacation home, I actually don't have a moral objection to that necessarily, and maybe even a third one. I'll even go that far. Beyond that, you're just egregious. You're just egregious. No way in hell you're living in 4 places plus enough about that you actually own the locations. Oh, a little bit more oil we can do over here, huh? Okay. But, you know, I'm obviously not under the delusion that's going to change immediately. That's something we should aim for, at least. Yep. Most of the carbon emissions, honestly, are when we're using it for energy production, but it's probably one of the least efficient ways of using it. When we have way more efficient, you know, alternatives. But yeah, that's how the cookie crumbles with that. Now you complain about the water, huh? Okay, we'll just bring it in then. Drag you up. Drag you up. It's like a previous job I did. I was working on data integrations for the energy industry, and it's actually, you do get a lot of energy out of petroleum products, but it's you get way more power per unit of fuel out of nuclear. Are there oil rigs in the game? Yes. Oil rig. They generate on oil fields. They build them there to harvest it. That one's bright. Like, oh, offshore oil rigs. Not that I've seen. Maybe in a future patch, but right now I haven't seen them, no. I tried to make one here and it just complained about being underwater, so I don't think it's currently implemented. Would be cool though. I can see that being a really neat addition. Excuse me. Yeah, it's pretty freaking awesome how much we just burn hydrocarbon-based fuels willy-nilly. Like, one fact that always surprises me every time I even think about it. When you're harvesting a lot of oil, part of the byproduct is natural gas, methane. Methane is 20 times worse, I think, than CO2 for the atmosphere. So instead of capturing and using it as an energy source like we do in natural gas, pipelines, we just burn it. Not even for fuel. It's just a are disasters on? No, they're not currently on. Like, you're burning money. That's money you're just burning because it's inconvenient. Yeah, their whole like effort on solar has been jaw-dropping.
Please exercise caution if you must drive and try to stay off.
Do I know if nuclear meltdown is attached to the game? I do not know.
This has been.
It wouldn't surprise me, but I do not know. I typically don't play with disasters on.
To our power grid, the city will be experiencing rolling blackouts. We urge the public to remain calm during these breaks in service and to follow the guidelines on the city's website on how to plan for these temporary.
I find enough challenge in keeping my budget positive.
This has been a local public service announcement. You're listening to Second Moon, the epitome of classical listening at home or wherever you roam.
Industry in the region is on the rise.
I know, it's insane, Rohak. Like, how much solar is being produced in the Far East right now is banana pants. When it was invented here, that's the thing that gets me. Solar was invented in the U.S. At Bell Labs, actually.
Abandoned building.
And we had a thriving solar market for decades. And then our favorite president, Reagan's like, no, no more.
And worryingly, crime is on the rise.
Thanks, Kim. Always got to watch out for crime, not to mention collapsing buildings. We'll have more after this.
Depressing. We started out ahead of the curve. This is our position is a policy. Our position is a policy decision. Nothing more. So much of what we struggle through, as at least a lot of people in the West and US, UK, I share a lot of struggles, not the same, but a lot. Our policy decisions. It was an accident. Okay, that's gonna be bad. All right, great. Yeah. In the US, like a few years ago, during one of the budgets, we had a child tax credit where people that had, children got a little bit more money allocated to them through the tax system so they can keep more money in their pockets. Because, not for not, raising children is expensive. And child poverty was cut in half in a year. In half. In half. And then expired. And when it happened, it doubled. It wasn't even that much money. Oh yeah. The whole influence of politics right now is all corporate driven, which is a root of a lot of the problems. Surprise! Huh. And it's so funny too, because a big talking point in political circles, at least in more right areas, I should say, one topic they come to is birth rates and the shrinking population that might be coming. Why? Why would people elect not to have kids? Because it's too fucking expensive. It's not complicated. Oh yeah, I'm not even going to the place with you. I'm just the natural statistics of and for some countries like Japan has gone through the lost generation, and China, if current trends keep, will have a phase of that too. How they're gonna handle it, I don't know. I think they'll find some way, but China is a little more nuanced because it has there was the one child policy for a while, which that wasn't good. China did great with solar, to do bad with that. It was way too heavy-handed, way too terrible. Right. I don't know. It's frustrating when we're suffering through solved problems. And we don't have to. My favorite example, and I'm not even the first one to like point this out, but like housing is not a problem that's new. It's a solved problem. Look at Vienna. There's no homelessness in Vienna. 0. And for over like 30%, they pay no rent, and all but like the top 5% pay less than 20% of their income, or even 10% of their income in rent or housing costs. Why aren't people having kids? Because they're still living with their parents at 30 because they can't afford to move out. Yep. They're working 2 or 3 jobs just to freaking survive. Not even thrive, survive. And they're one accident away from destitution. Number 1 cause of bankruptcy in the US is medical debt. We're in the majority and decision of the rich. Democracy, gotta love its rights. Well, we don't have a democracy, Ducky. We have a constitutional republic. We have democratic elements, but we've never been a true democracy. Not even close. Because one, single payer healthcare. Supermajority popular in the US amongst all parties and demographics. Why is it not passed? Because it's not democratic. And it was never designed to be. It was designed to be a republic with proportional representation that's slated. Yeah. Yeah. At least you guys have, the NIH. NIS? The socialized healthcare system that's at least there. It's not the perfect system, it's not the best, but at least it's there. NHS, thank you. Not the, I knew it started with an N and ended with an S, I just couldn't remember the middle letter. Oh yeah, that's part of the problem. A wildly successful program that just needs more funding to actually do its thing. Again, far cheaper than the market would do it. But yeah, because they see in the US like, oh, we can get money off of stocks with that. Not, don't worry about the destitution and real harm it'll cause real people. That's not a factor. Yep. And that's not like necessarily like the best implementation, just a reasonable one. Germany is like a third of the US, maybe less than that. It's kind of funny. The biggest actual real concern with socializing healthcare in the US, it's not the cost. We actually would save about 1.5 to 2 trillion depending on the implementation per year. It would actually be, funny enough, the economic impact to the insurance industry. Because it's such a big industry, there'd be a significant amount of people out of a job. Yeah. Yeah, people matter. Shocking, right? And yeah, that human labor can go to literally anything and be a better net positive for society. Because all the insurance is the same thing as socialized medicine, but as inefficient as possible. And that's where they make their money. They drag out the process, they charge money and surcharges and drag everything down as much as possible to justify their existence. That's all they do. They're just groups of funds that people pull money in to pay for medical care. That's all it is. It's a fractured socialized health system that with no cost-keeping measures. Because if it's not centralized, you have no bargaining power. Exactly. It's bureaucracy, inefficiency and bureaucracy to extract wealth from people. They don't serve a purpose. They don't manufacture anything new. They don't bring any new efficiencies or logistics. They sap wealth. And so any person who works in that industry can, I'd feel bad to upend their, their livelihood, but it's a solvable problem. We didn't stop the invention of the automobile because carriage drivers would be out of a job. It's just it's a product of the past that needs to die. Simple as that. Red tape and having healthcare as part of like a free market doesn't work. It doesn't. Because part of the core tenets of a free market is a educated, mindful, and deliberate spender, right? Someone who evaluates prices and picks the most optimal solution for their thing. If you're in an ambulance and your life's in dire threat, you're not making market decisions. You're like, what's the nearest solution to me, and immediately do that. It's not a rational consumer, because you're not rational when you're dying. Office workers serving a parasitic system designed to extract money from the working class. They can work in an office somewhere else. Yep. Yep. And it's just depressing at the end of the day, really. Especially with the latest stuff that's been going on. Yeah, I'm just not looking for the next few years. There's a good chance that things are gonna get much worse before they get better. And that's just not pleasant to think about, to be honest. But it's the reality we live in. What you're saying is Hunger Games capitalism. Yeah, that's what we live in. To be fair, we've been there for a while. Like, the US was founded in an aristocracy. They are. Unionization's finally, like, turning upwards in the US after, like, 30, 40 years of declining membership rates. It's finally bouncing back. It's not enough. It's not sustained yet. It's not something to, like, celebrate yet. But it's a start, and that does breathe some hope in me. Yeah. Luckily, you guys have a good start with the unionization already. Like, your unionization rates already are pretty decent. Kudos on that, obviously. So that's something to at least work with. Yeah, of course. Coverage there. Can I squeeze you in somewhere around here? There. Go. Fire. And zero contract jobs have screwed a lot of it over. Yep. The gig economy has been a huge problem. And we were so close to
spikes in demand have led to temporary local shortages in the city's fresh water supply. The public should be aware that we are struggling to get the situation in hand. This has been a local public service announcement. A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive, and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
Has anyone seen my keys? My keys. What? We're on the air? Oh! Sorry about that. It's, nothing important. I just lost my keys. I'm sure they'll turn up. They're for the brown sedan parked outside the radio station. Oh, wait. I probably shouldn't have said that. If anyone finds them, please don't steal my car. The old
We were very
horn
close to
will-
having unionizations
Oh,
pop up
good.
for the gig workers in
Well,
California.
never mind that.
Super close. We didn't quite
Thank
make
you
it,
for
but
listening
the fact that we got so close is still optimistic.
Industry in the region is on the rise, and when business is doing well, that floats our boat.
There's no sinking this boat, Glenda. And on to our main feature story. The commercial district is booming, as the area is attracting more high-end stores, bringing the latest in luxury to our neighborhood. You can now shop for designer shoes while sipping a fancy local Jarva mate, or so my wife tells me. That's good for business and good for the community.
Thanks, Jim. We'll be back after this.
No, it didn't pass initially. It might come back around as another ballot measure, but the initial pass didn't work. Maybe this year, I didn't check this year's rounds, so maybe, but yeah, the first go at it didn't succeed, unfortunately. It was like 3% off. Which is pretty damn good, considering. Yep. There we go. There's water over there. It is like real life. Yep. And at the end of the day, the current economic model is untenable. So something will have to give. I don't know what. I don't want to find out, but you know, it's the reality we live with, you know. Actually, no, we do want office. As they say, socialism or barbarism. And I'm not a fond fan of the second option at all. But on to happier topics. The city is definitely coming along. I'm almost up to a level 10, which is pretty boggers. Still need to put more residency somewhere. Yep, you're not wrong, Rohak. Not wrong. Not wrong. Sounds good, Rohak. Get some sleep. I can give you some good news if you like. Sure. What's some good news? Always I'm a fan of good news. You could probably fit like a neighborhood up in here. You know those weirdo Christian nationalist moms for liberty groups and whatever they've been trying to take over school boards? Yep, I'm familiar with them. That's the point, Ducky. A bunch of them got voted out of landslide. Oh yeah, I heard about that. I'm super happy about that. Huh? No worries, Ducky. It's all good. It is very good to see. Every little win we can scrape together matters. And density there. There you go. We can probably put like a basic school like right here. That's not bad. How's our police up here? Okay. Fire health. Be better. Hey, Brax. Good news, I got... Nice! There's been a lot of good news about jobs lately. Congrats. Always good to hear, man. Congrats. Hopefully everything goes well. I'm rooting for you. Hell yeah. Yes, I have a button for applause. Job hype indeed. We need a post office down here, don't we? And over here. Where would do the minimal damage? There we go. Isn't it though? I found it on BTTV and I just had to have it. Technical support engineer, not what I wanted, but in the market I'll take anything. Yeah, I've been looking around too. I got through a couple interviews that didn't pan out, but I'm still looking. My current job is destroying my mental health. It pays well, but I'm also paying them in a different way. But not about me. This is about you. Congrats, Brax. What do I do? I'm a senior software engineer for the finance industry. So I work for the enemy. FinTech, yeah. It pays the best at the time and was most conducive at the time. FinTech is one of those sectors where they'll pay a lot for someone who can program with high performance. Not suited me for the time. But yep. And I would say that most of them are probably true. You're fresh out of boot camp and I put in over 200 absent last month. Holy crap. Well, good work on that. Notice the grindstone on applications is not an easy task, so pat yourself on the back for that alone. A double agent? Yeah, I like that. It reminds me of In and Out. And Quiet's wrong. It's the best burger joint, in my opinion. That is a good burger too. I've had a double in years. I think it was 20 I had one. Probably the biggest thing I miss out being on the West Coast was In-N-Out Burger. Right, it's out of resources, of course. Why are you out of power? Why are you... The heck? Let's drop this in here. Connect you to the main plumbing of the city. Okay. Well, let's get this wired up to everything else over here. There. I don't know why I had a zigzag around that, but whatever. We can probably do some offshore wind. That'll help things. Ah. Company I'm doing an interview for is a fintech company. Any advice? Be honest, be yourself. If you have any questions about finance in general, I can do high level answering of that. I'm not licensed to do like investment advice, obviously. Depending on the firm, they might be more cutthroat or less cutthroat. So hopefully you get the less one. Yeah, that is the yoke of oppression. So I worked for fintech. I've worked as a data vendor, a software engineer, for a market maker and for derivatives, payment process for credit cards, which is another fintech sector, and now I write software for hedge funds. So I can give you info on those perspectives if you like. I think as management now, I work a second job. I can clear out debt in like 1.5 years. So would it be 6 12-hour days a week for that time? Yeah, that is not an easy call. That is not an easy call in the least. Depending on your age, yeah, that might be true. Hedge funds, yes. Hedge funds are companies that aggregate funds from well or off people in the society, the zeitgeist, and try and make higher returns in the market. And they compete on that. 7 12-hour days a week for like 4 months out of the year. It was for med pay. Yeah. I've had to work 2 jobs during high school to help get to a place where I didn't have to take out student loans. And that was very, very mentally and physically draining. Burnout is not a small thing to worry about.
Advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must.
Worst case, about 20 weeks of that.
The streets until conditions improve.
And clears out everything but my mortgage.
This has been a local public service.
Depending on your mortgage rate, maybe that's not a bad compromise, or potentially a part-time one, so it's not as hard on you. Even though it takes a little bit longer, it's still like a middle ground, maybe. I don't know. Keep doing that. That's not an easy call, man. And yeah, definitely like the snowball approach where you did like the highest interest debt down to the lowest, so you can keep more and more of your money per cycle. Yeah, that's good. At least you have like a good base job that's very stable. You don't have to worry as much about like having a padding for insecurity, right? Right, yeah. Yeah. Burnout is a thing that everyone can... Yes, that's a very good call, Rohak. A therapist, maybe a psychiatrist, and maybe siphon a little bit of the extra money to that. Because just being able to talk to someone as you go through it and know you're not alone, not going crazy, means a lot. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's like one of the most like top causes of stress and anxiety in most Western societies. I don't know about other societies, but that's the one I know about off the top of my head. That costs money to get a close friend that you trust. Yes and no. I actually don't want to dictate anyone what they want. It just, friendships are a different dynamic than like a paid specialist that helps you with these things. So bear that in mind. I'll just grim them 3 days a week to not burn out. If that works for you, man. I'll steal an answer if you can give garden aesthetic advice, because I can't decide if I should spray paint the hedges yellow or blue. Not those kind of hedges, Ducky. Hedging is a financial strategy where you get a position in an instrument to reduce the risk of another one. Yep. You're not putting weight on friends. There's certain governances around therapists where you have some levels of rights of privacy, and they, in most cases, are probably a little more equipped to help you in that sort of context and dynamic. And there's a lot more affordable therapy options out there. I did BetterHelp for a good while when I was in a tough spot mentally, and it helped me, and it wasn't that expensive. Fair enough. Yeah. Money tree. Money bush. Yep. So I'm not saying don't do it, but just consider like the dynamics are different between a therapist and a friendship, and what you want to do in each. How you affect that. Just paint ducks on hedges. I don't know if that would make as much money. I'll consider it. Okay, well, we have more points we can spend. These would be good. These would be good. This would be super good. This would also be super good. I do want to get this, but that's later on. That's less good. I can wait. I can wait. I can wait. That's fine. I want to sink that many points there. Subway, it'd be a good one to get. I'll get these two. And what's another good 2-pointer? This one. Those are all really good options right now. That's too big for that. Where can I put you? That would be super helpful. At least out of the way. Down here, maybe? No. Yep, do the same thing, Rohak. Thanks again for stopping by. Always good to see you, man. Goodbye, Rohak. Good night and good luck. You get there eventually? Okay. I'm trying to throw numbers out there or like stuck or whatever. Basically, a new job would being $65K a year after taxes. Working 3 days a week is basically like having 2 accounts for 1 person. True. Hey, Palico. How you doing, man? Yeah, it depends on the numbers. It also depends on like what situation you're in and all that kind of stuff. So it's hard to give advice that's very situational and subjective, but I can definitely lay out the options of, you know, the Murdoch made a very good call of professional help. There's therapists. There's service where you just talk to people, again, with confidence, and there's some restrictions and safety around it. They're not necessarily your friends, but they can be friendly people to help you. That makes sense. Okay, let's get a postal sorting facility down. Not too far off the highway, so it shouldn't be too bad. Oh yeah, that's another like trope to be wary of is lifestyle inflation. When you make more money, you start spending more money. I've been bad about that. It's always good. There's like different like rules of thumb, but essentially having your income automatically go into various saving tiers. One for retirement, one for emergency funds, one for like vacations and projects, and then you have your necessities like your bills, your rent, what have you, and the rest is sort of like fun money. And like one app I use, not sponsored, is Mint by Intuit. They're free. You'll come to your bank account, your credit card accounts. They ingest the data that are from those financial institutions, and they give you like nice visuals and whatnot to at least help you understand how you're doing, where you're spending money, how you're making money. Just be a good thermometer and barometer of how things are. And ideally, you want your net wealth to go up, right? At least in the current society, that has to be like top of mind. But that'll be one I would suggest, at least in that matter, just to keep more information at your fingertips. You don't really have anything offhand that'd be more precise. High density. Or medium density, I should say. So those definitely things to consider and perhaps work with. Yeah. In saving for emergencies, that's something that unfortunately Americans are really in a bad spot about. And that's not their fault. That's the reality of the situation right now. I have parking. Why am I not doing more parking? Oh, they're upgrading, right? No, it just rendered weird. Okay. Yeah, you're right, Palico. You're right. Sadly, but surely, you are right. We were just talking about that earlier, just how America being the weird one about healthcare. It's always not like a fun thing to reminisce about. But it's good to keep touching base on it once in a while. Remind ourselves there is better solutions. I think that. Oh, yeah. Number one. You can tell by my enthusiasm how much I think about that. You guys don't have any parks, do you? Yeah, it's less than great, but it's what the life we're living right now, for now. Hopefully it'll change in the not too distant future.
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive, and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
You're tuned in to Second Moon, the channel where the classics never grow old.
And on to our main feature story. The commercial district is
I love the
booming
European
as
style
the
of buildings. They're
area
so
is
cute.
attracting more high-end stores, bringing the latest in luxury to our neighborhood. You can now shop for designer shoes.
Oh my, that's a
while
lot of
sipping
abandoned
a
buildings.
fancy local Jarva
That's another mod.
or
Chris,
so my
like
wife
Chris and I were
says.
talking about Traffic
That's
Manager.
good for
That's
business
necessary.
and
But
good for the community.
Thanks, Jim. We'll be back after.
the mod that automatically demolishes
This just
abandoned buildings
If
would be
you're
really
thinking about
nice.
hitting the streets, you can
Ah,
expect
fuck balls. I didn't mean to do
delays on
that.
the major roads, especially during rush hour.
Good to know, Jim. Seems like everyone is in a hurry to get somewhere fast. It's worth slowing down. And if you can, plan your trip outside the rush.
Oh,
There we
I
go.
don't know. I'd rather wait an hour in traffic than to have to start thinking about everything all the time. Besides, if I did that, I'd never get anywhere.
So how much of this game do you spend time just demolishing abandoned buildings to be rebuilt and then re-abandoned? Oh, that's some bad traffic. Is everyone just moving in? Is that what's going on? Luckily it's not backing up too bad. Everyone's turning left, so it might be just moving down out here. Okay. Alright, this is the area that gets jammed once in a while. It's because there's a lot of people here. Let's see. Oh, we had industry right here, right? No. Okay. Any more? There's some over here, yeah. Better. How we doing? Where's bleeding money? Bring that down a bit. I need to keep these up. This can go down a little bit more, I think. See how that ends. But this is the in-game music, yes. It's a great soundtrack. Well, I haven't used my own. Hey, now we're in the positive. Who knows, just churning off like most of the government functions saves money. Not a good strategy. As people just abandon buildings more with that, but and yeah. This is back to positive, which is good. I wonder if it would be good to put like a big hospital near a major road just for that. Let's crank up taxation a little bit. There we go. How's that to help that out?
Water? You mean like in the toilet?
Good call, Palico. I should hydrate. Why didn't that pop up? That sound. Okay. What are you complaining about? Because I dipped down the transportation budget. Right. And our budget's still not great, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. 2:30 a.m. Isn't it very late for you? You just woke up. Okay. That's not too bad then. Yeah, so I was talking about this at the beginning of the stream. Sarah went to go visit their family for the holidays, right? So I had to drop them off at the airport this morning, so I woke up around 5-ish a.m. to do so. Did that, came back, waited for them to be in the air and, you know, everything good with travels, because holiday travels are a mess. Then took like a 5-hour nap, because I only slept like 3 hours last night before that. And so my sleep schedule's a little fucked, and I'd stream. Copy. That's the long and short of it, at least. Uh-huh. There we go. Now to get housing off of this road, right? There we go. And we connect the highway up. Here we are. We have a main thoroughfare. Use smaller roads to branch off of this. And even smaller roads off of that. And just have fun with this. More of a sprawling, semi-rural kind of build. This is fun. There we go. This is a good amount of area. And this will be a little more rural, so we'll have some low densities in here. Not much, but some. Yeah. Oh yeah, I need to do power and water, right? Okay. Power, we'll do just something like that. And water. A little more work to do that, but we can do it. We can do it, team. There we go. How is our water doing, by the way? Still excellently. We're still exporting stuff? Yeah. Good job. Good jobber. Don't want it quite there, do I? Maybe up here? There. Now we have even more sewage overhead. And where can we drop this? That would be a good idea. Not quite there. Really isn't a good spot, is there? What's that? I don't want to do that. Oh. Whatever. We'll do it up here. Just squeeze it a little bit more. Okay, so we got that taken care of. We'll need some basic stuff like a school. Firehouse. Police. Policia. We'll do public transit later. And medical. See. No, that's too far of a drive for medicine. There you go. That's taken care of. Do that. I'm gonna put some that kind of stuff. There we go. Rev up demand quite a bit. Hello. Hey, Panther. Meow to you as well. How you doing? Probably put a parking lot in here too. That'd be a good idea. Yeah.
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road
And some
conditions.
interwebs.
Please exercise caution if you must drive and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve.
And a
This
post
has
office.
been a local public service announcement.
Local authorities are urging the public to conserve water and reduce the burden on the city during this water shortage. Consider installing a low-flush toilet, cut back on watering the lawn, and shower with a friend whenever possible.
Shower with a friend. Yep.
This has been a local
I'm on
public
that.
service announcement.
You're listening to Second Moon, the station for the cultural sophisticate who doesn't fear extending their ears to the more challenging sphere of the classical genre.
Mhm.
Let us move now from the musical page to the literary.
There we go.
Here we have some perfectly anguishing correspondence from a listener. My dear Professor Hornbuckle, whereas I make no apology for my
Erudite, got it.
modesty demands that I prevaricate against the title. I am but a humble devotee of the form, and all my expertise derives merely from a
There's
life
that.
devoted to
We'll
the
squeeze in a perk
gentle
there.
arts. Though I do thank
Hopefully
you
that helps
for the
that.
honor. But I digest.
You digest. Good.
Professor Hornbuckle, as a traveler from my homeland, I long to hear a tune that speaks to the anguish of my road-weary soul. There now, my good fellow, chin up,
Okay.
as it were. No need to wallow in sediment. Leave that to those poet chaps, eh? Here's a tune just for you, and I do hope it provides your aching spirit some modest desolation.
Our story this hour.
Oh.
Kim is on scene outside an abandoned building.
That's right, Jim. This decaying shell is a symbol of the industrial decline sweeping the city. People are being laid off. The industrial sector is on the verge of collapse.
Verge of
And
collapse.
worryingly, crime is on the rise.
Oh, no, not
Thanks,
crime.
Kim. Always got to watch out for crime.
Yeah,
Not
crime
to
bad.
mention
Crime very
collapsing
bad.
buildings. We'll have more after this.
Industry in the region is on the rise.
But now it's on the rise. It was just on the decline, now it's on the rise. What is it? I don't know.
No
It's,
sinking this boat, Glenda.
no, boat sinking now, huh? We could do high density that too. That's some jobs there. Yeah, traffic's gonna be a little bit of pain. Those are the people moving in. I think the latest patch made the render a little weird. Not just me. I do love seeing the high density. Why do we have crosswalks here? We shouldn't have lights either. There. That at least helps that. What are you stopping for? Just stupid. Okay, fine. I wonder if we put a roundabout here, would that help? Take out that one crosswalk here. Crime. Who robbed an outdoor gym? Who's done this? Who would do that? Horrible. Not you, Palico. There we go. Now this is the bottleneck. What about a Randy boot here? Hmm? And get rid of these crosswalks. How's that flowing? Maybe better? Maybe better. This is starting to build up. Oh no, it's already built. Okay. Alright, I think we solved most of traffic. This will dissipate in a minute. Nice little gas station. That? Little row house right there. No? Okay. Squeeze in some more housing there. All right, we don't have funeral services over here, do we? Crematorium. I like cream. Cream good. That there. Alright, can't build there because that's the thing. That's fine. Traffic is flowing perfectly, and I'm so happy. There's a lot of, like, flow, but it's smooth. For the most part. For the most part. Get some that in there. Some more up here. Some more parking too. That'd be a good thing to do, right? I want to do it on the right side. And, you know, some pedestrian walkways. This maybe, you know, perhaps wouldn't be a bad idea. That way people can take little shortcuts around and not fog up things as much. That. I want to do a crosswalk. I just want to... God dang it. No snapping. There we go. That's cute. There we are. And Over here would probably be a good idea. Yeah, sure. Be up City Spaghetti. See if I care. Yep. Cool. It's a little congested there right now because we're built this up. Did I put the parking in? I did up there. Yes. How's that doing? Hardly used. How about these? Hardly used. Hardly used. Perfect. They said in the patch they're going to make the parking lots more attractive, but seems to be less the case. Whatever. What are you stopped for? What are you doing? You're turning around, you ass. Freaking jerk. Some more housing in there. Can we fit a row house in here? Couple, yeah. There we go. The mixed shops are so cool. Okay, having more commercial up here next to the parking lot would be a good idea. We'll have more houses down here, or more apartments rather. We'll put some office buildings somewhere, I think. Here? We have a few, like, offices in the entrance there. Also have this area we can play with. If we want to. And this, like, we're gonna take a roundabout and peel off over here. This game makes me feel pregnant, but in a good way. Nava, welcome in. How you doing tonight? Or whatever time zone you're in. This always perplexes me. What are you waiting for, bud? Hmm?
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate
Yeah,
area due to poor road conditions.
Traffic gets into a
Please
bad dumb
exercise
spot.
caution if you must drive, and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve.
Everyone's that one, but welcome. Yeah, I would not know
A
what
driving advisory has been
pregnancy
issued for the
actually feels
immediate area
like.
due to poor road conditions.
I've
Please
had food
exercise
babies.
caution if you must
That's the
drive,
closest I ever
and try to
got.
stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
This is Second Moon Radio Classical for the modern
Maybe-
age. Unlike most modern music, classical has always been penned by someone sitting in front of a sheet of blank paper, using only their imagination as guides through a silent, audible masterpiece.
And adding trees, like, oh, we can actually move
Full
around.
volume, and our souls are transported. But let us not tarry. On to the next episode.
Our story this hour.
Yeah.
Kim is unseen outside an abandoned building.
That's right, Jim. This
Abandoned
decaying
buildings.
shell is a symbol of the industrial decline sweeping the city. People are being laid off. The industrial sector is on the verge of collapse.
Be
And
trees.
worryingly, crime is on the rise.
Not crime.
Always got to watch out for crime. Not
Gotta
to
watch out for
mention
crime.
Collapsing buildings. We'll have more after this.
Oh.
This just in from traffic. If you're thinking about hitting the streets, you can expect delays on the major roads, especially during
Delays.
rush hour.
Good to know, Jim.
Thanks, Jim.
Seems like everyone is in a hurry to get somewhere fast. It's worth slowing down.
Or is
And
it?
If you can, plan your trip outside the rush.
No, I'm gonna do inside the
Oh,
rush. Fuck
I'd
them.
rather wait an hour in traffic than to have to start thinking about everything else.
Exactly.
Besides, if I did that, I'd never get anywhere.
There we go. We got some nice trees in there. Why are you people churning around in there? Really annoying. I almost want to come up to this just to have this, like, divided up here for a bit. There. So that way they go in here, they can't turn around, they have to do it there. Why would you do so? I don't get it. Why are they doing that? Another parking lot in here? Is that your beef? Is that your chimpkin? Is that your pastrami? I don't want to even say anymore. There. We park too? That'd be nice. Why the U-turns? Why the U-turns? Why the U-turn? And what sucks is that there's no sign for no U-turns. Everyone's going to the parking lot. Well, that's at least good. Crank up this price and make some money off of it. Yep. Put a light in here? I thought there was a light. There is a light. They just don't. They're just doing whatever. Okay, parking lot is insanely popular. But over here, okay, that's actually being used. This one less so. We can probably demolish you. Oh yeah, be upsetty, I don't care. More parking to get the cars off the road. Crank up this price as well. And there'll probably be some jam for a bit as they fill in, but that's fine. Oh, I knew another path right here. Yeah. Cute. People are already using this path, which I like a lot. Look at them go. Hey. Let's see. Crime. And the police are like, you know, the crime's over here, but we're gonna turn over here. For whatever reason. There we go. Few buildings. How's that doing? Okay. Good. A little bit more residential in here. Put some commercial in here. High density up there and some low density down here. There we go. Cute little neighborhood. I like it. I like it a lot. Like a few thousand people. Just the right size, has all the amenities they need. Perfect. That's perfect. Cool. I've been neglecting the rest of my city, of course. Oh, you're complaining about the waterloggery. Okay. There we are. Less of a problem now. Remember when bulldozing abandoned buildings brought a little bit of happiness? That was nice. I love the European style like apartments. So nice. Got little strip malls here. Couple gas stations. Gas stations. How are we doing in production of things? Oh, we are definitely exporting a good amount of oil. Good. Why are we at a deficit with petrochemical? We need much more wheat. Oh, we have a good amount of surplus of wheat. Not to mention that, but a good amount. I don't get it. You just need more factory space? Just fine? Yes? And here. Okay, let's do some industry then. L? L what, Panther? L? Grabbing my phone. Okay. Thank you, Palico. Are you grabbing your phone too? Do the typey? No worries. No worries in the least. Damn for stream? Sounds good, man. Yeah, I only really use it when I'm like eating at the dinner table. I have like a little stand for my phone, and I'll watch streams there sometimes, depending, you know, what I'm in the mood for and whatnot. Neighborhoods by the freeway, because of course gotta make people suffer somehow, right? There we are. And some more zoning in here. And some parking lots. See if those actually get used. Alright, I should probably get rid of that crosswalk, huh? There we go.
Recent spikes in demand have led to temporary local shortages in the city's fresh water supply. The public should be aware that we are struggling to get the situation in hand. This has been a local public service announcement.
Struggling, yes,
Pending
not for
updates to our
that.
power grid, the city will be experiencing rolling blackouts. We urge the public to remain calm during these breaks in service and to follow the guidelines on the city's website on how to plan for these temporary events. This has been a local public service announcement.
Cool, thanks.
What kind of future does music have if it doesn't look
Struggle
to its past?
noises,
Well,
indeed.
I say the question speaks for itself. Here on Second Moon, we know you can't move forward unless you keep both eyes steadily trained on what's behind you.
Exactly. I should
And
probably get some
onto our
education
main
over here,
feature
maybe.
story. The commercial district is booming as the area is attracting more high-end stores, bringing the latest in luxury to our neighborhood. You can now shop for designer shoes while sipping a fancy local Jarva mate, or so my wife tells me. That's good for business and good for the community.
Thanks, Jim. We'll be back after this.
We're live, and we're getting reports about a traffic accident somewhere in the city.
Road maintenance
Somewhere in the city.
services have already been dispatched, and traffic flow should return to normal. But
Somewhere in
if
the
you're planning
city.
a quick trip out, you might want to wait a little while until everything clears up.
If you're in it, you already know about it.
Uh-huh.
No use reminding you. Meanwhile, expect delays and drive safe.
Okay, they're just piling in over there right now. Okay, that's fine. Would that be better if I allowed left turns mid-road? Taxis? No. I don't, well, taxis might be coming from out of town, but I don't have any taxi servers myself. That help traffic? I don't know. This is definitely a cluster, though. Maybe the roundabout wasn't the best option. Yeah, maybe that's better. Why do you merge at the last second, people? Whatever. Oh, probably need some parks over here, huh? Like a doggo park. Something over here we could too, huh? There we go. Alright, that brings some valuations up. What was I doing there? Ah, apartment buildings. Of course. Of course. I didn't say commercial over there. Sticking a little bit of office. Those little pockets. God, that traffic is terrible. It has to be people just be moving in. Should hopefully clear up before not too long. Have some shops in here. And some row houses down here. Okay. Ooh, neato. It's actually backing up all the way over there now. God damn. Let's just doing a quick experiment. There you go. Just while everyone's moving in, you know. Apartments there. Which I keep adding to by rezoning more and more, which is a little funny actually when you think about it. Turning around to go into the parking lots. You are. Now you can make left turns, so it should be a little bit better. Yeah. Wait, do I have a 3-lane thingy? I do. Look at that. Thought the divider that can make left turns in the middle of the road that is perhaps less bad. But as though the problem fixing itself and figuring out what happened. Yeah. I don't understand the traffic system, to be perfectly honest. It's beyond me. This is popular. Let's crank that up. Ooh. Huh. Yeah. That would fit there better. Now, will that help in general, though? No. It's just bad. Why would you build a building there without road access, dummy? A crime. Let's do that. A little bit cheaper than the closer ones. Also, we could put some walkways in here, huh? Little cheeky walkways.
Water? You mean like in the toilet?
Yeah, I should hydrate. You're right, Bellico. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Ah. There we go. The traffic there. Fully getting everything exported to my YouTube channel. Hell yeah. Hell to the yeah. The YouTube like migration stuff is such a pain. So you get like a good habit going and a workflow and all that. I didn't do it again because I exported to the wrong one. Oh, yeah. I'll definitely bite you. Let's see. Doing it slow so I don't wind up in the wrong order. Yeah, it's so tedious, right? Do like every little thing just the right way so you don't lose track of stuff. I think I'll probably do one in here. There we go. One more up here, I think, would be good. There we go. Little pedestrian walkway so people can get around a little bit easier. Can I even build that small of a tile? Maybe. I'm done though. It should be pretty easy to just export after every stream. I'm not doing anything special, just letting them export with defaults and get their own thumbnails. Yeah. I basically do nothing with thumbnails. I don't have like the time for it. Okay. And the rest of the city is falling apart. Same. I just happen to make them public, so if people ever want to watch them, they can.
Recent spikes in demand have led to temporary local shortages in the city's fresh water supply. The public should be aware that we are struggling to get the situation in hand. This has been a local public service announcement.
Pending updates to our power grid, the city will be experiencing rolling blackouts. We urge the public to remain calm during these breaks in service and to follow the guidelines on the city's website on how to plan for these temporary events.
I think I have mine scheduled out to the end of December.
Second Moon
I have
Radio
them
with your host,
basically to where they roughly become
Tune in
public when they
tomorrow
roll
for
off of
second
Twitch.
chance to hear the music of yesteryear.
Because more likely than not, I had to mute stuff on YouTube because of copyright bullshit.
And when business is doing well, that
Which is annoying.
There's no sinking this boat, Glenda. We're live, and we're getting reports about a traffic accident.
I do need to catch up and do the rest of them that's been in the past like month or two. I have like a dozen or so, maybe 2 dozen videos I need to set descriptions for, tag with the right game, schedule to an appropriate time, all that kind of stuff.
Expect delays and drive safe.
I need to do more short form content too. That's been on my plate forever. Never have. Oh, there's caps now. Okay. Ah. That's like the 5th yawn. I'm actually getting kind of sleepy. Just good. That's the goal of this. I should probably wrap up soon. Last stream I had 2 sets of music playing, one with copyright free going to the VOD, and the other one to just going to stream. Yeah. Unfortunately with Restream I can't do the VOD track thing. That's one downside of it. But I think that's gonna be for me tonight. Thank you all for being here. This has been fun. Thank you again, Chris, for the raid. Holy fuck, that was incredible of you. But upside is, since it's streaming to YouTube as well, it automatically becomes a VOD inherently, right? So it's trade-offs, right? Okay, who do we want to drop you off at? It's 3:30 in the morning my time, so there's not many folks on actually. Let's check in the category. I haven't rated Sideways in a hot minute, so that'd be good. If you're gonna do more city skylining, that'd be really appropriate, yeah. Sounds good. Well, ran into Panther then. I'm just waiting for him to go live. Yeah, thank you all for being here. I'll be live again on night, Sunday, 7 p.m. US Eastern. This is just a bonus stream that just happened to run long. Pishio, oh yeah, it's an affiliate stream for Panther. I forgot. Thank you. That's another reason to celebrate that. And thank you all for stopping by. It just, y'all are too much and just too kind for me. I really do appreciate it. And I appreciate keeping me company. And go give Panther some love. Fresh affiliate, you know what to do. Spam some stickers, all that good stuff. Good night. Take your meds, drink water. Good night and good luck. I'll see you next time. And follow me on the socials if you haven't already. See y'all tonight. Bye.